Since enrolling in Savannah State in the fall semester of 2015, visual arts major Jigz Griffin has been a standout artist as well as one of the most versatile artists Savannah State has seen in a long time. You might know him as Jigz or just as Jigz, but let's take a deeper look into where this artist gets his motivation to take his art to new heights.
My name is Jigz Griffin, otherwise known as Jigz Art. Jigz Art came from, it was really a nickname that I kind of grew up with that's been changed over time. The Jig part of it stands for my initials. My middle name begins with an I. My father used to call me like Jigga Man when I was a kid. So, and then after the years went on, when I got to high school and even in middle school, all my nicknames, because people really couldn't pronounce my name, so all my nicknames started with something dealing with a J or a Jig or something like that. And then when I got to high school, Jig was solidified, and a few years after that, one of my good friends came up with Jigz, so I had just applied that to Jigz Art. I've really been drawing, to be honest, ever since I knew how to use a pencil. Like before I was writing, I was drawing stick figures and things like that. My father used to see me drawing. He used to come sit down and draw with me. So that kind of fueled me wanting to draw more. About third grade is really when I started to crack down and really wanted to draw. I wanted to become an artist. I seen other people doing it and they was good at it, and this was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to get better. So day after day, I used to just draw every day, walk around school with my sketchbook and things like that. To be honest, what sets me apart from other artists is the medium that I use. A lot of people are so used to acrylic, but I deal with oil paint, and it's just be something about that oil paint that when you look at it, you just look at it differently. The colors can be more vibrant. The blending and the shading can be more smooth and more controlled. So, yeah. The meaning behind most of my pieces are more so personal than it is for other people to learn something and catch something from it. A favorite piece of mine is titled Shiva. It's also a fan favorite. Everyone else loves that piece too. It's more about women empowerment and things of that nature, which is also the common message that a lot of women get from looking at that image. There's another piece that is called Dawn to the Final Frontier. It's a new piece, one of my newer pieces, a part of a series that I'm doing. It's a journey piece. Me and my friend, we were having a conversation about how we look at rebirth and reincarnation and the afterlife and things like that. And he wanted me to explain it to him how I thought that would be. And I told him I picture pyramids and an oasis. The sky, it doesn't even look like it's Earth. It's not a normal sky. You know, it's just a very beautiful place. And that piece is what I envisioned and really what I thought of. So that's really the motivation that came behind that one. The things that keep me motivated to keep going and to push myself harder and harder is, one, the exposure that I'm able to get from my artwork. It just shows me that so many people who haven't seen my work, once they do see it, they will like it or they can like it. And the second thing is just my skill and my own progression. Like, once I look at a piece from a year ago versus now, I see the level of progression that I'm able to achieve. So why stop? I love when people buy my I love when people buy my art, like within a few minutes or even a couple of seconds after just looking at it. It really puts something into my heart to know that people look at my artwork this way, as in they say, I gotta have this. This is something that I need right now. I've had clients come up when I had a table up, look at a piece and say, that's the one I want, and they will buy that. And that just shows me that like I can really do this. My other forms of art that I like to do, or other ways that I like to express my art, is through dance and through theater, like acting. My minor here at Savannah State is theater. I will be in a play at the end of January here at the school. Also on the dancing side, I've been dancing for forever, really around the same time that I started drawing. Growing up with my father, he was a DJ, so music was always in the house. I entered into like talent shows from all throughout elementary school. I didn't do any in middle school, but in high school I did also enter in talent shows. I won first place at my senior talent show, I believe that was. And then here when I came to Savannah State, I was on the Savannah State officials basketball dance team my freshman year in 2015. And that was when we performed at like halftime for the basketball games and things like that. We did hip hop, a little bit of R&B, it was just a whole bunch of dance, really, all in one place. But after that, things kind of just fell off, so I've really been focusing more on my artwork, and now it's just starting to resurface. I kind of let go of dance for like a good 2.5 years, same with acting. But now, like I said, I'm in a play, and hopefully, I've been wanting to dance again, but we'll see.
One thing I can think of when I think about Jigz art is he's a very driven person. Once he has an idea in his head, he immediately starts to put it down on paper and he just goes at it. I don't ever think I've seen a point where he started on something, wasn't happy with it and stopped. Like, he has to keep on working to achieve that picture that's in his mind. I see him going really far from here, with his work, because I know he has big goals and dreams about going all different places with his work. So I can definitely see him getting out there and getting a bigger audience based on showing people what he feels through his art.
What I really admire about Jigz is his work ethic. I see him in the studio all the time trying to improve his craft, and I think that as artists, honing our craft is something that's really important. As far as how far I think Jigz could go, I mean, it's up to him, really. People who have that kind of drivenness to them, the only thing that stops them is themselves, and I don't see Jigz stopping anytime soon. So.
I got a plan for after I graduate here at Savannah State. I want to go overseas. I either want to go to London or Germany to continue to study art. I heard Germany, the tuition free, so I'm leaning towards Germany. But after everything gets set in stone, my dream is I have 3 goals. 1 is to sell a piece to every continent. 2, to have a show in every continent. And 3, to open a gallery in every continent. And I've already started selling my pieces overseas, so I feel like I'm on the road, I'm on the mission. And when everything is all said and done, I do want to become a teacher, an art professor. For which grade, I haven't really decided yet. I do want to be a tattoo artist as well. So hopefully after Savannah State, I can start achieving that goal as well.